We will now turn to communicating the WSH policy. Why must we communicate the WSH policy? This is because WSH risks affect everyone in the organization and those who have a business interest in that organization. Any incident that occurs may result in injuries, loss of time, loss of reputation, penalties from regulating authorities, damage to plant and equipment, and so on. Managing WSH risks involved all relevant stakeholders. It is a concerted effort. So what then is the process of coordinating meetings to communicate WSH policy and objectives? First, determine the attendees of the meeting. This allows us to determine the size of the venue required and come up with an agenda to fit the attendees. Next, we fix a date where everyone will be available. Sometimes, not all attendees will be able to make it. As long as the majority are able to attend, that's good enough. Is that all? No. Once you've got a confirmed list of attendees, make arrangements for the meeting venue and facilities. Once all that is settled and the meeting is more or less confirmed, you can start preparing the meeting agenda. What goes into the agenda? Well, you can start by making a list. What other topics will you want to cover? What is the information that you wish to communicate to the people who will be attending the meeting? Once you have a list of things to cover, you have your agenda. Next, notify your attendees about the meeting date, time, and the venue of the meeting. Let them know ahead of time. This allows them to include the meeting in their schedule. Then, when the date is closer to the meeting date, make it a point to send a reminder to the attendees. Be sure to arrange for someone to take the minutes of the meeting. This person will be like a secretary. He or she will be taking down notes and all the things that are mentioned during the meeting. This is important for future tracking or for reference sake. Now we know how to facilitate the implementation of WSH policy, we will get into the next step of identifying the relevant stakeholders and communicating the WSH policy. You have been hearing about stakeholders all this time. Can you pick them out from the list? Except for point number 2, former colleagues, the rest are all the relevant stakeholders. We will split our stakeholders into 2 categories: internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. For internal stakeholders, we will communicate WSH policy by giving WSH induction training and through WSH committee meeting. We can put up displays on notice boards and produce a company WSH handbook. In addition, an in-house safety training session can be conducted. An organizational corporate website can be done up and accessible via intranet. These are all suggestions and within your organization. It is really up to you to decide which to use. For external stakeholders, we can use our company website to communicate with them on our WSH policy, and we could also use company WSH brochures. In addition, safety orientation programs and WSH coordination meetings can be done too. These are all viable methods in which we can reach out to them and communicate with them on our organization's WSH policy. Again, it is up to your decision on which to use for better communication and to ensure they are being notified. You can even use both methods. Now that we've learned some ways of communicating with our stakeholders, we must remember not to leave out any stakeholder. We have our employees, unions, our contractors, suppliers, customers, and regulatory agencies. Do ensure that you are able to categorize them into internal and external stakeholders.